Welcome to another training session on the Vent system. The next videos will be focusing on how to do your cash ups. But in this video, I first want to take you through the cash up process because it has changed a bit since you've been working on the manual procedure to do your cash ups. I want you to take you through the steps on how you need to do it when we are using the Vent system. The people that are involved in doing these cash ups is first of all the branch manager or the branch supervisor, and then all the funeral arrangement officers, the customer services clerks, anyone who would be involved in the sales process. The first step that you need to take every morning that you get into the office, the first person, it could be the branch manager, it could be a funeral arrangement officer, the first person that accesses the Vent system needs to open the register. So when you open your system and you see this screen on your right-hand side in the system, you need to open it first before you can start continuing with your sales. When a person has opened the register, the other people that will come in later on the system don't need to do it. But it will always be the first person that opens the system need to open the register first. The second step is then where all the funeral arrangement officers and the customer services clerks will be performing their sales on the Vent system. Now this will involve various methods of payment, as I've explained in the previous videos. So for example, if a person wants to make a card payment, you're going to be using your SureSwipe as well as your G4S drop for cash payments, and then maybe also a person who has come in to have proof of payment of EFTs, and then you will also be printing every time that you have made a sale, printing your receipts that you have emailed to yourself. Just a note when coming back to all of these various payments, you need to keep these receipts. For a SureSwipe, you need to also indicate on that specific receipt, just write if it was an NLA or Wisani client. And then for the G4S drops, please make sure when you do those drops, every time that you receive cash, you need to go do an immediate G4S drop. Please make sure that you use the correct card when you do your drops. Don't use a Wisani card if it was an NLA payment. If it's a Wisani card, you need to put in the Wisani payments. The same for NLA. Please make sure that you use the correct cards when you do your drops. Another method or receipt that you will need to keep is when a customer has made an EFT payment. Please keep that proof of payment with you as well. And then lastly, there will also be receipts. Every time you make a sale on the Vent system, a receipt will be emailed to you. So you need to access those emails and then print those receipts. Once you have printed a receipt from your email, you then need to stick the payment methods that have been used to that specific receipt. So let's say you've printed a receipt for Wisani and it was a card payment. You need to then get the card payment receipt and stick it to this specific receipt. If it was a combination of cash as well as card, you need to then stick both of those to the specific receipt. Also staple proof of payment to that receipt that you have printed. Then the third step is where you will be by the end of the day. You and your branch manager need to arrange a time when you need to close all the sales for the day. So let's say, for example, you decide that 4 o'clock, the branch manager told you by 4 o'clock, he should have all the receipts for the payments and the sales that you have made for the day. You must take it to your branch manager. The branch manager will then consolidate all of those receipts so that he can then go into the next step where he needs to close the register on the Vent system. And he can only close that register once he's received all the sales receipts for that day. Then the branch manager will go into the system and close the register. Once he has closed the register, he needs to take all of the documentation that he has received from all the staff members in the branch, and he will then forward that, scan and email everything, and forward that to the finance department at head office. Once he has completed the scanning and emailing to head office, he then needs to take all of those documentation and file it in a file for auditing purposes. So these are all the steps that one needs to take on a daily basis to make sure that you have completed the whole process of doing your cash ups for the day. In the next video, I will start showing you, when I say you, I mean the funeral arrangement officers as well as the customer services clerks, on how to access your receipts on your emails. And then I will also show in another video specifically for the branch manager how to perform those cash ups on the Vent system. Thank you.